Doesn't seem as smoky today. That's a good sign. I camped over there somewhere. Little waterfall. Way up there is Micah Lake in the pass. Looking down the valley. I'm pretty sure it's clear. Maybe we got a bit of a westerly wind. This is what I'm going through. This thick brush. All these ferns just laying over. And it's just pushing my way through this stuff. It's a PCT. I see someone coming down it. Weird thing is, just maybe 100 yards ago, a trail came up to the PCT. And makes me think like there was an old PCT that cut over here. That'd knock a mile or so off, but there's no bridge. Oh, there's 4 people over there. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah. I don't know which way they're all going. 2 there, 1 coming in, and 1 there. Maybe that's not a person. Okay, the other 3 other 3 are moving though. There they are. Can't focus on them. Yeah. Huh. Could have been an old PCT. There are several old PCT sections around. There's one coming up later today. I'm not even going to attempt it because there was a flood that wiped out a huge bridge. And so they added like 7 miles to the PCT to go up this ravine and then build another bridge. So the old route's only 1.5 miles. So you'd save over 5 miles. And that's real tempting, but it's just not worth the risk because it's a full-blown river. It's a Suiattle River, or however you say it. And it's supposed to be a large river. There's mention of a log. You might be able to cross a log, but you have to bushwhack 1/4 mile up the stream to get to it, which would be hard, usually. And then, hello. Then you got to bushwhack up the hill and try to find the trail. I don't know, it's just not worth the risk. I'll stick with the trail. There's a ton of snow. And it's all coming down. Not all. A lot of that's coming down into the creek I just went over. This is Milk Creek. Good little landslide. Every time I get into the woods, it's a big blowdown, like this guy. There's evergreen hanging off this massive boulder. How cool is that? Sun is, you can see, hitting a couple trees. Starting to hit this western slope, but I've been fortunate. I'm most of the way up the hill. I don't know exactly how far, most of the way. And the temperature's been in the low 60s when I last checked. And I'm in the shade. I mean, that's as good as it can get. A few blowdowns to contend with, but nothing impossible. Everything was doable. So planned this out right, coming up first thing in the morning. I'm at the end of the switchbacks. All right, 2,200 feet down and 500 to go. Well, I'm off the side of the mountain and I'm getting near the top, and things have opened up. It's real nice up here. There's a good campsite. Look at that. At the top, all that green. I could look at this all day. I wish I had a big old picnic basket. Got a good book. I just sit here all day. And a cooler, yeah. Is this the middle of August? Just got to my first water source after coming over the ridge, and it's a good one. Good cold water coming straight down from that snow melt above me. I just drank right straight from it. Look at this. It's gorgeous. No water since that silty Milk Creek. Good name for it. Now I got it plentiful. Now you can fill a bottle up there in 5 seconds. That's funneled off just perfectly. More water. Wow, is this stuff green or what? Look at this green moss speckled with all these little yellow flowers. And it goes up to here. I hear water. Yeah, there's water. Yeah, I'm walking on water. Yep. All right, get through that. Keep going. PCT, you can maybe pick it up here. And then it heads on down. After I get over this next little hump, I'll spend the rest of the morning going downhill, which is fine by me. I'm in the sun, but it's not that hot yet, so that's good. It's a beautiful area. Looking back, you can see the PCT coming down the hill, winding around. Lots of wildflowers still in bloom. Pinks and fuchsia and red and yellow, blue. There's, yeah, little daisy type looking stuff. I'm just up here in the middle of a big old field of plants, flowers. I had to check because I see a trail goes that way. That doesn't look like the PCT. It looks kind of small. It looks like it's just going off to that top, that peak. So I'm pretty sure this is it. And I checked my maps and it is. I still don't see anybody over there. Well, I've been coming downhill for a long time, and every now and then I got blowdowns to deal with. I don't even know what to call this monster of a tree. Blowdown doesn't seem quite sufficient. It's huge. I guess I'll crawl underneath it. I couldn't tell if people were going above it. Can't go below it. Oh, there's a squirrel, or chipmunk, I guess. Hey dude, let me be your size for just a moment. Yeah, crawl on my hands and knees, get under there. When I crawl under one of these trees, I always check behind me because stuff falls off your pack or it gets snagged. I hate to say it, but there's no trail maintenance done on this section. It's the next to last section of the PCT. It's 108 miles long. I read somewhere this might be like the second hardest. Look at all these trees. You see all these trees? In years past, maintainers have come through and cut all these down. This year, nothing. It's mid-August, going into late August. Nobody's lifted a finger on this huge section, and it's a hard section with tons of climbs, a lot of elevation, up and down, more than average. And on top of that, there's just blowdowns everywhere. And entire section of the trail is fallen off to a landslide back there. People put up some wood to keep people from falling into it. And no vegetation cut off the trail, so it's sketchy in a lot of places because you're on the hillside and you can't see the trail. And the vegetation's just grown over it. Sometime in the not too distant past, I'm not sure if it was 2003 or 2009, the bridge washed out nearby here. So they had to, instead of replacing the bridge, I guess it was a huge bridge, they added 7 more miles to the PCT and put in another bridge further on up the valley. But look at this trail. It's huge. It's like the widest trail ever. I had to just kill a bug that was trying to kill me. so wide. It's the opposite of what I had to walk through getting down to get down here. There's no way a horse could make it down that hillside. Just ran into 3 maintainers with their crosscut saw. I told the guy didn't look like there'd been any maintenance done. Anybody been up there? Hopefully I didn't offend him too much. I tried to say it diplomatically. And he said that they have a hard time getting volunteers. I said, yeah, it's way up here in the northern part of the state. Hardly anybody lives here. He says, lives here? I says, I'm from Seattle. Nobody. So I guess the volunteers aren't from nearby. I mean, Seattle is over on the coast. Yeah, this is like, you could drive a 4-wheeler on this trail. These trees are huge. That thing is about 8 feet across in diameter. That's ridiculous. What a big guy. There's another one. And another one. Ow. There's a bunch of trees all in one clump. Look at that thing. Wow. This is a big bridge. Steel beams. And this is the bridge that they replaced the broken bridge with. Oh, there's some people over there. Like I said, there's no way I'm crossing that river. Way too fast. You can't see the bottom. No. Good call. Cross over to the sunny side. I'm up from the Suiattle River, and there's a junction with the Suiattle Trail, which happens to take you to Suiattle Road. The PCT, however, heads this way. North and south, one way or the other. I'm heading north. I'm going this way. Those folks are heading south, down below. been so fortunate that this has been mostly a shady day. Yeah, nothing like yesterday and one of the other previous days. I just spent all afternoon in the sun and morning too on one of them. I've been real fortunate. What I gotta hope for now is that there's a campsite up here. There's not one mentioned. At roughly the 20-mile point, where there's water and a trail junction to the old PCT trail. That'll put me around 20 miles, around 5 o'clock or something. And the reason right now I don't want to go any further is because there's nothing ahead of that for a long time. I think I have to go another 6 or 7 miles before I come to campsite or something like that. So I'm not doing another, and it's all uphill. So I'm not going to finish the day with a 3.5 hour hike. That'll put me into the dark. So there's no point doing that. Now I wouldn't mind, tomorrow I believe I have a 4,000 foot climb. 2,700 foot I did today was the biggest so far this year. It reminded me of going through the high Sierra. Tomorrow I'll have to take a look at it. I think it's 4,000 feet. So that's huge. And it would be great if I could knock out a chunk of it this evening, but timing isn't good. I'll figure it out when I get up there. If I end up with 20 miles, that'll leave me about 27, 28 until I get to the cutoff for Stehekin. And that's just right. Do a 20 the next day, only leaves me 7 the next morning. So that's fine. Now that's assuming I can do 20 tomorrow. With a 4,000 foot climb, that may not be a given. Plus, I gotta tell you that you know, ever from the apex of this whole thing, coming downhill, other than the trail being in not so good a shape, it's not been hard at all. It's been downhill, and this thing I'm on now, until like right now, it's been mostly flat. So had a big climb, then downhill and roughly flat. So that's a pretty good day.